Hi, Keel. Oh, Lord, I'm battling with wildlife. Oh my God. I thought the one sacred place in my house was my rug, which I like to lie on. And just a minute ago, there was a massive cockroach crawling across it. And then I found mouse shit in my kitchen. Oh, no end. So I don't know how to deal with mice. I guess I'll have to find a humane mouse trap of some description. I was wondering why there was little bite marks in my apple. Ugh. Hey, hi, Joy. Anyway, had a lot of cockroaches recently. I think it's because it's like about 44 degrees here at the moment. Yeah, Barbara, uninvited guests. The worst kind. Oh, especially cockroaches. They're definitely uninvited. The mouse doesn't freak me out so much because it's got a cute face. Okay. Welcome to the Sunday night broadcast. I'm here every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. And apart from this, I do a Wednesday night as well. And if you'd like to join the entire broadcast so you can interact and ask questions, etc., you can join on my website, the link below, and subscribe. And it's only $10 a month to join events every week. And what else? I also do private one-to-one sessions, so we can take a deep dive into those concepts. And I think that's it. That's it. I've got some events coming up in November. It feels like a million years away. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Phyllis. So what can be said about the whole of life? Not much, really, unless we go into theories and ideas, concepts, subjects. Nothing can be said about the whole of life because no one really knows what the whole of life is. I think the closest thing you can say is it's just here. It's just here. It's just simply here, happening as everything. Walls, floor, body, sounds, light, computer. Uninvited guests. You're nervous now. So nothing can really be said about it. Nothing concrete, nothing definitive. What can be spoken about is the looking for it. The looking for it is just part of it. It's just appearing in it. And that looking for it, why is it there? Nobody really knows. Could be various reasons. There's a sense of incompleteness or a sense of something. There's an idea that there's this wonderful nirvana waiting for me, this wonderful freedom waiting for me, if only I could get there. And why is that there? Well, there's no reason why for anything. you could say it's there because, well, there was one time when that wasn't there, wasn't it? The concept wasn't there, the belief wasn't there, that there was something to find. I didn't know anything about it as a kid, came across it. So, oh, that sounds good. That sounds better than this, because this is shit. I'm shit. So there must be something else that's better. Oh, enlightenment, that sounds great. I'll be free. I'll be free from all my suffering and all the rest of it. But of course, there was no I. So there was no one ever who was suffering. And if there's suffering now of any kind, there's nobody suffering. It's just immediate. Cockroach, ah! No idea whether that's something or nothing or empty or full. No idea about it. It just is. Just is. Cockroach. Ah. Immediate. This is immediate. It's immediately here. There's no escape from it. The mind wants to escape from it. Or there's a sense that I want to escape from it. Still the mind. Still conceptual. It's all abstract thought. Abstract feelings. Abstract thought and feelings which actually don't belong to anybody and are not actually going anywhere. Because where would they go? Where has anything ever gone? Nothing's ever gone anywhere. We can only have it in story. Well, yesterday's gone, but has it? Has it gone? Or is it just a change? Is it just always moving and changing this? It's ungraspable, isn't it? How this is just always unfolding, always just unfolding. No one can make head nor tail of it. So it's hopeless. The search for this freedom is hopeless because it's already here. What's there as well, or could be there, is concepts that it's not this. I'm missing something. I'm missing a magical ingredient. I'm missing the hidden reality. Well, what is that idea? There's a hidden reality. What is it? It's an idea. I'm missing it, but I feel it. I feel it's true. Sometimes the mind says, I feel it's true. Well, where's the truth in it? Where's the basis of that idea? Or is it just appearing like a bloody cockroach? Just appears across on the rug. Appears! It's not this. It's just an idea, isn't it? If it's not an idea, what is it? If it's not a sense or a feeling or a belief, then what is it? Where's the reality in it? Where's the reality in the thing that's been looked for? The secret, the hidden thing. The I'm not there yet. I'm not where yet. Who's not there yet? Who is I? It's just appearing, appearing. How confounding is that to the mind? The mind can't grasp it, you see. The mind can't grasp that there's nothing to grasp. There must be something. She's saying all these words, therefore she must know something. No, quite the opposite. There's just words happening. There's just nothing to get. There's just this life. And isn't that amazing that there is this, that there is this? The loudest thing in the room is the room. The only thing in the room is the room. It's the one glaringly obvious thing that's always overlooked because there's this belief there's something else. There's the feeling I'm separate from it. That's the room. It's the glaringly obvious. I was wondering what happens to this when this body disappears, but then that was this before this body was here. Who knows? Yeah, do you remember it never being this? Do you remember before this? Do you remember being dead? No, no. What a right? What a mystery. I don't ever remember it not being this, being just here as it is. And there's a memory, well, there was a young body, and then a teenage body, and then a young adult body, and then a grown-up body. Well, all those memories, they're this, aren't they? You can never remember anything else. They're just images. And are they in the past? Who would know? Who would know what time is? Is there time? Isn't there time? Doesn't feel like there's time because time is so well, it's a really strange thing, isn't it? The idea of time, the concept of time, doesn't feel like there's any time. Can't find any time. So is there an after this? Who would know? Who would know it? Who would even know that this body's actually alive? I don't even know that this body's actually alive. It's moving, but that's it. It's happening, but I know that I've seen other bodies die, but I don't know what that means. And of course, as a human being, I would grieve those bodies dying because I'm attached to their body. I'm attached to that character, that whatever it is, the love for another. Not the love for everybody, just the love for some people. It's this lovely idea, isn't it, that we should love everybody. Who can love everybody? But there is love for some. When that body passes, there is grief for sure, but I don't know what it means for that body to die, to not be there. I don't know if anybody's died. I don't think they have. Because any body is just an idea that just appears. You know, my grandmother, my grandfather, they're something that's here. That's something that's here, even though their bodies are not here. The idea of them is here, and I love that. So I wouldn't know anything about death. Yeah, so a bit morbid. No, I'm happy to talk about death. I got no problem with the subject of death. Fascinating, actually. beautiful. What a wonderful and strange place this is. What a mysterious place this is. Vast, isn't it? Vast in its complexity and its mystery. And the human race is just one of those creatures who loves to try and work it out. There's nothing wrong with that. I love those discussions. I love the topic of the mystery of life. It's all theoretical, of course, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that we as humans like to ponder the nature of life, of reality. But no conclusion has ever come to. Not in all the thousands and thousands of books has there ever been a conclusion. And all the scientists who are looking into the nature of reality can't come to a conclusion. I was looking at the first book I wrote. Someone was asking me what was in the back, and I looked in the back, and it said, conclusion. There isn't one. There's no one's found a conclusion. There's no definitive answer. And even in non-duality, it seems to be offering a definitive answer. But how can that be? And it makes the wonder and the mystery of life into a little confined, boring idea. Hi, Cameron. Is there really anything to know beyond there is only what's happening? Isn't that the answer to every question? Yes, I think so. Because everything else, every other answer would be a theory or a concept or a belief. Because as soon as an answer is just like, well, it's nothing. Well, what is that? What is nothing? It's everything. What is that? Is it everything? Yeah, it kind of feels like more like everything. Is it nothing? I don't really know. How would anyone know what the whole of everything is? I'm afraid we're left with absolutely nothing. We're left with no answers. But that to me is the most beautiful and wonderful thing. To be just left with nothing. What a mystery. Gorgeous. Wondering what happens to this when this body disappears. What's happening? Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. I wouldn't even attempt to have a stab at it. Or think that I have any kind of authority to say what life, the universe, and everything is. How can anyone say that? How can anyone know that? This whole me, no me debate. Is that it? Is that the whole me, no me debate? Is that the answer to life, the universe, and everything? I don't think so. there's a sense of a person there, then doing that. Surely it can't be someone doing that. Surely it has to be life doing that. Because you could say, well, then if there's a person, then who's doing the table? Who's doing the glass? Who's doing the cockroach? Nobody. Who's doing the person? Nobody. If the person's there, that's because life is just bubbling up as that, presenting itself as that. People sometimes say to me, yeah, but I still have a sense of location. So what? Is that a problem? Is it a problem that there's a sense of separation? The sense of separation in itself is actually very pure. It's just a sense, isn't it? Everything is pure in its essence. We could put ideas and concepts onto that, like, well, the sense of separation is a bad thing. Well, is it? Why? Why is it a bad thing? Why is a sense of location a bad thing? All the things we learn in non-duality, deemed wrong. And I kind of know the answer to that, from the human. It says, yeah, but it feels wrong, it feels uncomfortable. Why is that? It's because it's deemed wrong. It's because there's concepts there that I'm not free. Who's not free? Everything is free. Otherwise it wouldn't be. It's free to be as is it? Or you could turn that around and say, is it not free to be as it is? Either one doesn't make sense, really, does it? It just is as it is. And even, going back to even the answer, well, there's only what's happening, isn't really an answer. It's not an answer. It's the closest words I think we can find to to what is. Well, what else can you say about it? You can't really say anything about it. So it's not an answer, really, because there is no answer. Uh-oh. Turn this off. Oh, really? But it's not the answer that anybody wants, is it? People want an answer, but not everybody wants an answer. Some people find it really beautiful that there's no answer. It's like, oh yeah. It's like it kind of relaxes all that drive, relaxes that drive, which drives everyone bonkers. Drives people bonkers. Like people talking to me saying they've been seeking for 10, 20, 25 years, driving them bonkers. And then you can discuss it and find out that the thing they're looking for was only ever a concept. It was only ever that. Reading hundreds of books about how to get there. And all along, there was nothing ever to get. Because there's nothing else. And you can see that so clearly. It's not a clear seeing, it's just obvious. Or it can be. This fan's useless. It's just blowing 36-degree heat on me. Oh, wow. Yeah. It's better than it being still, but it's still just like, it's like it's just like having a hairdryer in the room. Set it like 36 degrees. Makes you tired. Joy. When I was seeking a state of being, an everlasting peace, which of course was impossible. Yeah, it's impossible. It's impossible because, first of all, it's like, what does that peace look like? I remember the peace, what I thought it looked like was never having any problems ever again. No one being irritating, no bills through the door, or at least when the bill comes through the door, it's just like, oh yeah, it's all fine. Like, no, actually, sometimes it's not fine. But it's Yeah, yeah, it's a common one. It's common. Everlasting peace. Now I think that no mice. Oh, no mice, no bloody cockroaches. God, I hate them. Yeah. No, now I think that that kind of peace sounds a bit dull. You know, who wants to read a book where there's no struggle? Nobody. Nobody wants to read a book where there's no struggle or adversity to overcome. You know, a lot of people, a lot of you know that I go backpacking once a year, and it's quite. I like the adversity of it. I like the discomfort and the slight danger of it. There was a time when I used to think that was like wrong to like that. Like that's not freedom. As if I knew what freedom was. Still don't know what freedom is. There's just only life, and it's free to be what it is, but there's no personal freedom. It's like, so what? It's not a problem. It's not a problem that things happen. They happen, and if there's a reaction to them, it's free to be there. It's not a problem. It's not a judgment on how the human is. Like the human judges itself on how it reacts and responds to things. Well, the human's going to respond. No matter how many years is spent seeking and meditating and trying, all of it, the whole struggle, the human's just going to react. It's going to respond. There's no control over it. Something's going to come along because the peace I think that people look for is kind of a manufactured peace, because that peace always comes with a set of parameters and boundaries. Like no one's allowed into my peace. No, I can't watch that. That messes with my peace. I can't read that. That's not peaceful. That's not my peace. It's a rules made peace, isn't it? Full of rules. What peace looks like. Well, life doesn't give a shit about peace. Life doesn't give a shit because life is wars and death and storms and cockroaches. Like R.I.P. on tombs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Life is all that. Life doesn't give a toss about the human manufactured idea of peace. Life can be a whirlwind ripping through everybody's peace, stripping the peace away. This peace. But exactly what you mean. I was totally exactly the same. Had all these rules and regulations about my peace. And then despair that my peace was ruined and I wasn't there yet. I'm not chosen. Oh God, that was one I used to have. I'll never be chosen. I'll never be life. It won't happen to me. I'm just like, oh, it won't happen to me. It doesn't happen to everybody. Like, what happens? Life happens to everybody. Everybody is life. Life is happening to everybody. It's done. It's a done deal. It's life. With all its complication, with all its wild forest fires and calm lakes, cockroaches and kittens, babies and death, birth and death. Life is just a symphony of whatever it is, completely beyond the mind's comprehension, because the mind is the life. Life is appearing as the mind trying to work it out. What a wild, wild life this is. How it can appear as the mind trying to work it out. This is my problem in a nutshell. There is no one doing anything, but I was seeking. Now I am watching non-duality. What is wrong with me? Yet life just doing it all as it is. Ah, yes! Yes! Yeah. We get all these concepts, don't we? I've got to know what it is not to be doing anything. What an insanity! What insanity! There's no one doing anything. Yeah, we say that, but life is doing everything. It looks like the human's doing stuff, and the human is doing stuff, but no different from the cockroach. It's doing stuff. But it's free to do that. And whether it likes it or not, it's going to react to stuff. It's going to have sad memories. It's going to have looking forward to. It's going to have thinking about where can I get a humane mousetrap. That was going on in my mind a minute when I was just sitting there. Where am I going to get a humane mousetrap? I know, I could text a neighbour. It does all that. And there's nothing wrong in any of it. Of course, there's a human reaction to bad stuff, like pain and suffering. There's nothing wrong with that. The human responds and reacts. But in the enlightenment story, the human wants to be above it all and not be touched by any of it. When I find this freedom, I won't be touched by this pain and suffering in life. Won't it now? Of course it'll be touched. Can't help it. The mouse isn't saying, who shall I tell about Lisa's apples? It's probably out there telling its mates. It was like a big hole in it. I was like, did I buy that apple like that? Did I buy it and not look at the apple properly? Then I saw these little mouse poos. Tiny. It must be a tiny mouse because the poos are tiny. Thank God, it's not a rat. Oh, it's in the kitchen somewhere. And you know, I heard a noise in the kitchen. I was like, what is that? What is that slight kind of rustling noise? And I just wrote it off as nothing. Now I know. Tell you, I'm going to be obsessed now until it's sorted. You know? And that's fine. This doesn't say anything about Lisa. You see, the thing is that we have these judgments that if there's this and there's that, it says something about the person. Well, the person is this. There's nothing that's saying anything about the person. The person is this. If it's there, if that thought's there, that thought's there. But what goes on is that there's a measuring all the time. A measuring of, oh, am I less there? Am I more there? Only be with calm people, trying to get others to correspond with my idea how life should be. And there's no map. And the mind loves the lady in the box in the car telling us their itinerary. I got a cat. Most problem gone. Yeah. Yeah. A cat would be good, but I'm not around enough for a cat. I don't know what to do with it if I went away. There's never one mouse. Oh no! I saw one in my garage this winter, 4 months, and 65 mice later, I finally, no way! Oh. How did you get rid of them, by the way? Borrow a cat for a few days. The scent keeps them away for months. Really? Traps, okay. Death traps or humane traps? death traps. Well, if you've got 65 of them, I don't blame you for going down the death. I'll try the humane one first because, humane traps, yeah. I'll go down the humane route first. But 65, yeah, sure. Bloody things. I got a humane trap in my storeroom, but it makes such a loud smack as it closes. I think it'll give the bloody thing a heart attack. So I'm going to try and find something a bit more less dramatic. It clearly likes apples, so I'll put some apple in it. Yeah. Is it true that mice like cheese? Peanut butter. Okay, I've always got peanut butter. I think you can make one out of a plastic cola bottle. All right, maybe I'll YouTube it. Sounds like a job for Twinkle. Yeah, it would be a job for Twinkle, except for Twinkle will just piss everywhere and make my house smell for months. None of you know. Twinkle is the angelic-looking cat lives next door with the big blue eyes and the Twinkle name, who's actually Satan. Yeah, there must be. I'm going to take a look. I'm handy, so I'm sure I could make one. I've got neighbours. I'm sure one of them have them. My neighbour next door probably does, because she's a veggie, so she's bound to have one. And she's got cats though. Yeah. I'm going to be on it. I'm going to be on YouTube straight after this talk. I've got plastic bottles and duct tape that'll work on peanut butter. They are, yeah, but I go away for a month at a time. Yeah. There's enough animals around here. Loads of them. I'm surrounded by pets. Bribers. Do I simply stay in awareness? Why would you need to do that? To do in order to what? You see, there's this idea that I have to do something in order for something to happen. And you see, this whole awareness thing is Well, it's just a mind thing. It's just a whole mind trap. I'm staying in awareness. Well, no, you're not staying in awareness. It's just an imagination thing. But the problem with it is, it's when people try that, it's in order to get somewhere. And really, what you have to look at is where you think you have to be. Where is this thing you're trying to get to? Is it an idea of some description of peace, no self? Well, all these ideas that we have, when really you can't get anywhere because this person who thinks it wants to get somewhere is just life happening and it has no will of its own. Has no will of its own. It's just a psychological, conceptual going on. So do I simply stay in awareness? I would have to say, in order for what? And if it's in order for what, where is that? And if it's not here, where is it? It's imagined. There's an imagined freedom. And what keeps us like suffering and seeking is the imagined idea that there is freedom. That's the only real suffering. Of course, there's all kinds of suffering in the world. Of course there is. But this perpetual idea that it's not good enough. I'm not good enough. I'm not there yet. I've got to find this end. And in order to do that, I have to meditate or stay in awareness or have £1 million or whatever realm of life that the human is from. But you see, the in order to, that can't be found, can it? There's an idea. It sounds to me like there's an idea there, that there is something else besides this. What is? And what is all there is. There's no escaping what is. Has it ever been escaped from? It's never been escaped from, has it? It's never been anything. Similarly, I have heard if you come to meetings, there is an energy. But for what? To what end? Why do I need energy? Yeah, energy. Pfft. So what? I absolutely agree. There's an energy. So what? In order for what to happen? It sounds like an addiction to energy. It's like, yeah, it can be like, ooh, yeah. But no one's doing that. And that's not in order for anything. It's just there might be something. I don't know. Is that like some kind of hypnotism? Is there something? Yeah, exactly. I'm just looking at it. Energy. Everything you could say is energy. So why would you need a different energy in order for what to happen? It doesn't mean anything. You will need. Yeah, if you come to meetings, there's an energy. Are you going to spend the whole of your life at a meeting for this energy? What energy? It's just this. It doesn't mean anything at all. You see that what happens is there's an experience of some kind. It doesn't even mean it happened at meetings. Sometimes there could be an experience of something that nobody's having, by the way. It's just happening. And it's like, oh, the mind gets hold of that. Marketing, maybe. Yeah, maybe. The mind gets hold of that and says, that's something. Now I need to chase after it. So I'm going to go to another meeting, in order to get this energy, because the energy means something. It doesn't mean anything. This breeze, you could say this is energy. Oh, no, this is not the energy that I want. I want that energy. That's a better energy than the energy of wind, or the energy of music, or the energy of touch. No, that's the best one. I've got to have that one because that means something. That resonates. So therefore, it means something. It means what? It's just life happening, and it happens as everything. And none of it is more or less than another. How can it be? If all is life, and if you look at it, it is all life, how can one thing be more than another? How can a wealthy human be more than a poor human? How can rain be different, be less than sun, or sun be less than rain? It's all the one life. And anyway, when when there's an energy, is it charisma? Is it Salem where everyone's excited? It's like with an energy when you go to a gig, right? Oh, it's such an energy at a gig. Is it that? I don't know. I've heard Jim and Tony refer to when two or more are gathered in my name, or something like that. I think it's biblical, Jesus quote. Oh God. There's a suggestion that something can happen. You see that whole thing? There's a suggestion that something can happen. Well, it is happening. It is happening. This is it. Look at it. Wow, life is happening right here as everything. Suggestion that something can happen. To who? And what does that look like? What does it look like when something happens to somebody? I haven't seen any difference in anybody. They're all humans. They all have their flaws. The special thing. Yeah, the special thing. A suggestion like that would generate more seeking. A suggestion like that would yes, it would, exactly. It would, exactly. Yeah. It's absurd. It's absurd. How can something happen? Has anything ever happened? Has there ever been anything else? The special thing that has not happened to some people who have been going to meetings for decades. Yeah. Yeah, going to meetings for decades. Yeah, and it's not happened to them yet. I mean, for God's sake. It's just like, let's get real. Life is happening to everybody. Everyone is it. And I said that earlier, but that is the case, right? That's the case. It's so damn obvious, so beautiful, so wonderful that it just is. It doesn't require anything. This doesn't require anything for it to be here. But the human's looking to be special. I want to be special. I want for this special thing to happen for me so that I can have everlasting freedom or everlasting peace, like we wanted to. And this everlasting no me-ness, no me, that everlasting freedom from self. Absolute rubbish. Where's the anarchy in that? Where's the freedom in that? That something's going to happen to somebody, but only a few of you. Maybe 0.00001% of people who go to meetings will this miraculous thing happen to. Honestly. When you go to these meetings and there's a room full of people, there's just a room full of people. That's that. That's the end of it. There's a room full of people. Might as well be a room full of cats. There's no special cat there. Not knocking anyone, by the way. For some, they just enjoy meetings. That's just what's going. Yeah, I know you're not knocking it. But sometimes we want to get these things straightened out, don't we? I don't know why they're saying it. I don't know why they're saying it. It doesn't matter why they're saying it. But why we're saying it is because it gives the impression that a special thing is going to happen if there's two or more gathered in my name. Whose name? Whose name? My name. What are they suggesting there? God's name. Life's name. Well, life doesn't require anything to happen. It doesn't require 2 or 3 people to happen in its name because it's already done. It's already done, isn't it? Oh, it makes me passionate. Anyway, any last things before I go and figure out how to make humane mouse traps? Though I have to say, I don't kill cockroaches humanely. I don't do that because they lay 10 eggs a night and there's no way of stopping them. They have to be literally killed immediately. I always feel a bit bad, but what can you do? Yes, think it's supposed to be life's name. Good luck with the mice, thanks. A fur bias, yeah, I know. It's a fur bias. What can I do? I was infested once with cockroaches and it got so bad I had to actually get professionals in. So I'm more on it now. Life's name. Yeah, life's name. As if life gives a shit about something called freedom. Well, it's already free, isn't it? Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good luck with the visitors. Thanks. They don't like pepper. Okay. Hey, Waveson. Lisa Kane also talked about that. All right. About what? Anyway, I'm going to be going now anyway. Thanks, Joy. Spread black pepper. Okay. I'm gonna go looking for mouse tips. Thanks, Phyllis. Thanks, Barbara. Oh, that she kills bugs inhumanely. Yeah. You have to here. It's just like you'd be taken over. If they're outside, they're fine. Fine. Outside. Just not in my bedroom or anything. Peanut butter, a word to the wise. All right. Yeah. I'll definitely do that. Oh, thank you. Did you say your name Lawton? Is it Lawton? Thanks, Jim. Thanks, everybody. I've really enjoyed tonight's chat. Yeah, see some of you Wednesday. Lopton. Is that Scottish? Lopton. I'm from a place called the Isle of Man, and we have Lockton sheep. Spelt like that, actually. Lawton. Okay, right, Lawton. That's good to know. Oh, thank you, Wave Son. You too. Lawton. Good. All right. Lots of love, everyone. Bye.